Hey everybody, Evan here from Evan's Detailing and Polishing. Today we got some really cool UTVs here. We're going to do some detailing on them. Hanging out at Assault Industries, one of the leading manufacturers of custom bolt-on aftermarket accessories for these UTVs. What we got here is a Can-Am Maverick X3 Turbo R. We're going to be doing our full detail on this thing today. We're going to show you guys the step-by-step process that we use in my shop. We've also got a really cool Polaris Razor back there, and of course their custom ride that they build, all carbon fiber back here. Some really cool rides to hang out with today. I want to thank Assault Industries for letting us do this, but what we're going to do is we're going to break down and actually get into how to fully detail this thing. All right, first thing we're going to do here on this Can-Am Turbo is we're going to rinse it all off. Now why would we do that? Because it's covered in dust and dirt. One thing I want everybody to remember is we rinse between every step of product. Doesn't matter if we're using our all-purpose cleaner or if we're doing our wash and foam. Either way, you want to rinse between every step. Now this one right here, like we said, has been through a whole weekend's worth of riding. This has got dirt and dust all over it. We want to rinse it down first to get all the light particles off so we can get into our wash. All right, now that we got the whole thing rinsed down, we got all of our heavy stuff off, we got all the lighter stuff off. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the all-purpose cleaner. We're gonna use it on the wheel wells, we're gonna use it on the wheels, we're gonna use it anywhere where there's a lot of heavy grime still, anywhere where we wanna just get it that nice, fresh clean. So I'm gonna soak it down real good, brush as much of it as I can, and then keep rinsing. All right, so if you're the mud guys, first thing you're gonna see a lot of mud in all your real heavy nooks and crannies. What I'm looking for is anything that's in here, grease, grime. With all the sand guys, you're going to get sand everywhere, so you're going to want to spray as much underneath as you can. But with the mud guys, it's usually focused in the areas where the tires are at. You will get it all over the place, but most of that stuff will rinse off when you're spraying. But what I'm doing is I'm looking for all the heavy stuff in here. I'm going to use it to spray down my shocks, the wheel wells, and of course the tire is really good. But when I put it on the tires, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it on, and then I'm going to scrub it in with a brush. The brush is going to help get it into those real tight knobs where everything's just kind of in here. I sprayed it on, and now I'm going to just work it in. I want these tires to be nice and dark black again, so I'm going to get them nice and clean. Just a quick scrub. It doesn't take much, and you're just going to get this worked in there just all that much better. So when you go to put your tire dressings on to protect these rubber, you're not going to have to worry about a lot of these issues. As long as you got a clean tire, it's going to be a nice consistent black. All right, now as you saw, we had Garrett kind of rinsing down behind me. I don't like to let this stuff dry. Drying up will wear on your plastics. It'll actually speed up the drying process on your plastics. That's one thing we don't want. So what I did was I had them rinse behind me as I was spraying and soaping. If you don't have somebody there to help you, just kind of do one section at a time by yourself. Do one wheel well and wheel at a time, rinse, move on to the next section. It kind of goes pretty fast. It goes even faster if you have a buddy to help you out. Now that we've got it all rinsed down, we've got the wheel wells done, all the all-purpose cleaner stuff is done. Now we're gonna go to our foam cannon, soap this thing up, hand wash it down, and get it rinsed back off again. So I'm roughly adding 2 to 3 ounces of Moneyshot into the bottle here into our foam cannon. We're gonna fill the rest full of water. With our semis and stuff, you'd use a little heavier concentrate, but with the UTVs and ATVs, you only really need about 2 to 3 ounces. So now what we got is we got our microfiber mitt. What we're gonna do is we pre-wet this thing down so we can start wiping everything. We wanna wash it all by hand. Now I'm not gonna do those nasty areas. All I'm gonna do is the main focus, what everybody sees. We're gonna do the body pretty much. So here we go. Now we finished the rinse stage. While the vehicle's still wet, I like to spray the Renegade products, rubber and vinyl, on all the tires, all the CV joints and rubber boots and all the hoses on the motor. While the stuff's all wet, the rubber and vinyl likes to settle in really nice over the top of the water. It works really great. So what I'm doing here is I'm just breaking it down, going completely into all the tires, doing the backside, the treads, the top, all 4 sides as much as you possibly can. Any overspray you get onto your wheels and stuff will wipe off pretty easy when we get to that step. Once all that is complete, what we want to do is we want to grab our microfiber towel and dry off the rest of the vehicle. What I do is I grab a clean microfiber, I fold it into squares so that if we do run into any dirt and debris, what we can do is we can actually flip it over to another clean side. Even though the towel gets a little wet, once you get to some of those other clean sides, as long as you're thinning it out and letting the air help finish dry it, that's what you want to do. You just don't want to let it sit and pool up in any particular spot. All right, now it's time to make the decision. Are we working on plastic, or are we working on paint, or are we working on something else? What we're looking for is on plastics, you want to use a quality rubber and vinyl. That's going to condition your plastic, bring it back to that like new finish again. And if you're working on painted stuff, you're going to want to use a spray wax. It's going to help leave that anti-static finish, keeping dust away and making your next cleanup that much easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to hose this all down with either a spray wax or rubber and vinyl. Our plastics, if you look real close here, they're starting to dry out. So what we want to do is we want to spray that down really good, wipe it in so it leaves a nice satin finish so that it looks like brand new again. And then we're going to use the spray wax on the painted areas, again helping to make sure that it stays nice and clean for the next time. Get all that mud on, it'll release real easy.
Everywhere I look is much too bright. At a certain time it all went dark. Never did expect to go this far. In my right mind, should've listened to what you said, but this time be responsible for what I did. I'm recovering.
All right, so now as you saw real close up me wiping the seats down. If you got a good quality rubber and vinyl, you can also do your seats with it. You don't always have to switch up to just a standard leather cleaner. But conditioning your seats is #1 priority. Last thing you want is that fabric of your seats deteriorate and getting dry rot and weather rot. But as you can see here, we've completely finished up the entire car. We've used the all-purpose cleaner. We used the good rubber and vinyl on all of our rubber and plastic. The all-purpose cleaner was used on all those heavy areas where there's a lot of grime. We used the Moneyshot foam to clean the entire body. Then we used the spray wax to do those plastics where it was painted and anything that was real light vinyl wrapped. This thing is completed right now, and this Can-Am Maverick 3 Turbo R is looking damn good.
So I can understand what's sticking up. In my right mind, should've listened to what you said, but this time, be responsible for.
Just as we were finishing this thing up, the owner of Assault stopped by, Marcelo here. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey guys, Marcelo Danzi here with Assault Industries.
We talked a little bit before about what you guys all did here. I think it's awesome what you guys are doing. These bolt-on parts, super cool. They look nice.
Oh, thanks.
I think it's just a cool addition to the industry. You see this thing growing?
Absolutely. It's getting really crazy with all these different brands coming out and OEMs. The UTVs are getting faster, stronger, and a lot more fun to drive.
And it's cool to see them starting all these race series too. I know you're involved in that as well.
Yeah, we've actually we just got back from Barstow testing a YXZ that we put together with Privateer Motorsports, our friend Ricky, and yeah, it's going to be fun for us this year. And we've got Adrian driving the 1985 Polaris Razor. So yeah, we're trying to get a little bit bigger and get in deeper into racing. So it should be a fun year this year.
That's cool. It's cool to see where you guys are growing to, and cool to see where you guys are headed. What do you think of my detail job?
I can't believe it. I rolled up and I saw this and it looked like a brand new car straight out of the dealer. It's amazing. I love your guys' product, and now my car is ready to get cleaned up here.
Now you're going to talk us into sticking around and doing it a little longer.
I'm going to try at least.
All right, checking out everybody. Check out my Instagram, my Facebook, YouTube. We've got Instagram is metalpolisher3826. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Evan Steger Metal Polishing. Facebook is just Evans Detailing and Polishing. And check these guys out. Where are you at?
Assault UTV.
All on Instagram. Check them out, hit them up, buy their stuff.
Don't know how I got back here so fast. Should've let the little